Seattle's contribution to popular music is undisputed. You know the names, from Hendrix to Hart, Pearl Jam, Macklemore, and many, many more in between. In this series, we're going to examine Seattle's music community, in depth with unique performances, with interviews, and much, much more. We're also going to find out what makes Seattle, Seattle, and what makes this city on the shores of the Puget Sound one of the best places on the planet for music. Welcome to Sounds by the Sound.
Let's rock and roll.
Welcome to another episode of Sounds by the Sound. In this series so far, we've taken a look at some of the more popular, more iconic spots in Seattle, whether or not it's the Space Needle or Pike Place Market. But in today's episode, we dig a little deeper and go to some of the more secret locations, like Waterfall Garden Park in Pioneer Square. This building was the home and the birthplace of UPS, the United Parcel Service. In 1977, they put in this giant waterfall. Like, we are smack dab in the middle of the city, and this is just here. And that is 5,000 gallons of water per minute streaming down behind me. It is a very cool thing. In this episode, we're gonna meet up with a band called Colonies at a place called Bathtub Gin, which is this cool underground speakeasy. They're a great band. It's an even cooler venue. This is a cool, cool spot. We're looking forward to that. But first, Lemolo, which is the project of a girl from Paulsbo named Megan Grandel. We'll see them at Louisa Boren Lookout, which is just another one of those spots in Seattle where you're just driving along, you turn a corner, and all of a sudden you have a world-class view. Great band, great location. Let's do that right now on Sounds by the Sound. We are at Louisa Boren Lookout in Seattle's Capitol Hill neighborhood with Adrian and Megan from the band Lemolo.
Hi.
We just saw you perform, which was incredible. And I'm just stoked that you guys are here. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk about your music. This is a project that's been going on since 2009. And we are 2 records in.
That's right.
Can you give us just a little bit of background on how it got started and then how it evolved into this?
Yeah, so I started the band in 2009 after I graduated college. The band is named after my favorite road in Paulsbo. It's called Lemolo Shore Drive. It's really gorgeous. It follows along the water. There's a bay out there and there's a lot of beautiful trees. And I used to spend a lot of time there growing up. It's like really relaxing and beautiful. A lot of my musical roots are in Paulsbo. My family just sitting around the piano and playing a lot of music. And they took me to see Yanni when I was in 1st grade, and that was very formative.
I was gonna say, how was that? Was that okay?
It was amazing!
Yeah, cool, awesome.
It's at the Paramount, so cool.
You released a record. This was the end of last year, came out on vinyl this year. Can you tell us about the album?
Yeah, so the new record's called Red Right Return. Red Right Return is a nautical term, and I grew up doing a lot of sailing, and that's been a big part of my life. Being on the water and living in this area. And it's a term for if you're on a boat and you're sailing back into your home port, you're supposed to keep the red channel marker on your right to avoid any hazards like rocks or things under the water that you can't see. And for me, this album was all about like returning home to a place where I feel comfortable with myself and feeling a lot more centered and more confident on my own 2 feet. That title was really fitting in that way, and it's something that was a big part of my childhood. My dad would always say, "Red Right Return, Megan," when we go out sailing.
That's cool. That's great.
Yeah, so it's really personal.
So I lived here for a long, long time. I had never been to this place before.
I've never been.
Have you been here either? No. It's like another one of those Seattle places where you turn around the corner, all of a sudden you have like one of the most gorgeous views you'll ever see. Absolutely. It's
pretty nice.
Louisa Boren Lookout. It is incredible. Again, it's on the Capitol Hill neighborhood of Seattle. What about any other secret spots? Obviously, when you come to Seattle, there are the big things, Space Needle, dudes throwing fish. Any other like secret spots for you guys that you should check out if you come?
Fremont's a really cool spot, and then there's Golden Gardens, you know,
Gasworks
no Park and stuff. So
Absolutely.
it's nice to just kind of go and relax in all those places too.
Cool. Megan, anything that sticks out to you?
Gosh, well, I love the beaches, so Golden Gardens and Alki in West Seattle, or always Discovery Park.
Okay, there you go. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for playing.
It's a pleasure.
Like you talking with me is awesome, and it's cool. Really, what you do over there is super special, and we couldn't be happier that you're sharing it with us for sure.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. It's Lemolo on Sounds by the Sound. Welcome back to Sounds by the Sound. We just saw a great performance from Lemolo. Now we're going to head to Belltown to a tiny speakeasy called Bathtub Gin. Meet up with a great band called Colonies. That's right now on Sounds by the Sound.
close the door and touch my skin. I'm on fire. Won't you run with me? Ooh, this is where we become the knowledge of everyone. Ooh, let's get lost, let's get young tonight. As the forest will fade into wine. With movement and melody, I run against them all. And I find, won't you run with me? I'm on fire. Won't you run with me? And I find, won't you run with me? I'm on fire. Won't you run with me?
I think we all grew up listening to bands from this area, and I think it kind of just rolls right along. Bands are influenced by the environment and by other bands that came before them, and I think there's definitely certain hallmarks of a Pacific Northwest sound. Not that we're ever like intentionally signing up for, but I think it's part of being from here. I think there's something a little thoughtful that is really melodic, but not, I don't know, we got something laid back going on that is, I think, unique.
Yeah, I don't think it's our goal to be like, oh man, we want to sound like the Northwest. But I mean, it's...
And music is such a big part of the culture around here. I mean, regardless of the kind of music, you know, hip hop, electronic music, rock, indie rock, and it has been for a long time. So it's cool growing up in that environment and being a part of that. I mean, it's just in our DNA. You know, we just celebrated 10 years as a band, and early on, I think we were trying to sound like other bands.
After 10 years of playing together, I think we start to know each other really well as musicians and songwriters and players, and we start to know, and our own tastes evolve and our own musical interests evolve. And so over a long time playing with the same group of people, and we've had a lot of collaborators come and go along the way too, but we really find our own way of working, and I think we end up a lot better for it. It's a pretty unique position, I think, to be going on 10 years now, that I think a lot of bands don't get to that point. So we're just gonna keep rolling and see what happens.
What are some of your favorite venues to play in Seattle?
We like Barboza a lot.
Barboza and Numos, yeah.
And Numos, they've always been great to us, and it's always a lot of fun.
I mean, we've played
Crocodile,
Showbox.
I do like the smaller size of the venues. We're not playing huge stages where you're 15 feet from the front row. I really like being on the ground floor.
Have you guys ever played in a speakeasy before?
No, this is new. Well, there was in 1924 we did, but
another dad joke. Let's keep it going.
No, we have not played in a split level venue before. That is.
I don't think we've ever played separated before. I don't think we've ever done that.
Yeah, I need that eye contact, man.
Yeah.
There are a lot of really cool hidden gems throughout Seattle and throughout the Pacific Northwest. I mean, places like this is such a cool lounge, a cool speakeasy. I mean, and then they're in nature. Discovery Park here in Seattle, there are a ton of just little hidden paths. There are hidden beaches that provide a little sanctuary in the city.
I live near Lincoln Park, and that place is so big. I feel like within that park, there are several little hidden spots. You can go up to Alki, where it's kind of packed and crowded and a good time, but it's good to know that you're always 10 minutes from another little spot where you have an amazing view, or a little spot like this where you can grab a drink in some cool new spot. And that's what I think I like about Seattle, is it's sort of always on the move, it's always changing, and it's always evolving, and I like being a part of that.
And there's so many little neighborhoods. Every neighborhood has its own character and personality. I mean, even Georgetown, for example, I mean, it's such a cool, unique neighborhood that's so different from Queen Anne or Capitol Hill, and they all have their little hidden spots.
The Colonies will be performing one more song here at Bathtub Gin right after this.
As you climb, cover up, drink with love. Don't go, you know, just stay what you are. Don't go, you know, just stay what you are. We're the only ones just singing it on the peaks where all the dreams are within the night. She's singing, finally I'm home. My dear, this is what fills our minds. The past, the sky, the pale reflected lines. When the morning comes, we'll wander hidden road. We'll pull the film, it's all we need to know. We're the only ones still singing here on the peaks where all our dreams are within the night. In the night. She's singing, finally I'm home. Ooh, ooh, ooh. She's singing, finally I'm home.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of Sounds by the Sound and seeing just a couple of the secret spots that this city has to offer. We did an episode on secret spots in Seattle. I feel like we could do a whole series on it and never run out of good places to show you. Thanks to Bathtub Gin for hosting a great band called Colonies. We had a great time with them. Right now we head back to Louisa Boren Lookout for another performance from Lemolo. It Sounds by the Sound.